Hi, I'm Sean Stewart.
And I'm Ricky Baldridge.
And we're graduate students in the English department of the University of Idaho. And we're working to revitalize what used to be known as the Hemingway Festival, but starting in October of 2019 will be a new annual festival called the Palouse Literary Festival.
In order to do this, we need your help. The purpose of this UI Gives campaign is to continue this long-standing tradition that's been around for over a decade. It's one that brought the literary arts to the greater Moshfegh area, and it's one that we think is worth preserving.
We hope you'll support our campaign, and we hope to see you at the festival in October. Thanks again.
So the festival was a slate of events that was meant to bring together the literary community of the region, particularly of Moshfegh in celebration of what it is that we have to bring as a group of writers, thinkers, not just academics, but regional folks, students, folks coming up out of high school. We had a high school writing contest. Everyone who would be interested in words on the page and bringing those into our community space in a more felt way. I remember being in Book People during the first Sneak Peeks event. We had, the luminaries of our community, these literary greats among us. And here we are just sharing a couple of we're the first people on earth to hear the travails, the woes, and the joys of these initial drafts and hear a little bit about the project. And so I think the festival is meant largely to celebrate that, to appreciate that, to bring that into a wider audience. I think too that the festival has the power to, I think, bring the folks in conversation with those, with that community from afar, that we can, bring in great writers. The festival mainly ended because the Hemingway Society saw it as a moment where they could take the Hemingway Review, which was largely funding the festival, subscription money and that sort of thing for being housed at the University of Idaho. The Hemingway Review went to another institution where the current editor of the review, currently teaches and works. And so the festival was funded largely by the review, and it was always our intention to have kind of one fallow year where we really worked on what the festival could become, and honestly move it out of so specific an idea as the Hemingway Festival was wonderful, and it brought in a lot of Hemingway scholarship, and it brought in a lot of voices and conversation with Hemingway as a figure. But I also appreciate that a larger literary festival opens the field and makes it seem possible to bring in all kinds of different artists, musicians, theater folks, any kind of collaboration that seems like something our literary community here could benefit from. I think that the festival is for everyone who really wonders what could become of those solitary moments where you just sort of feel connected to the words on the page and you feel like they spark something in you that you already knew was there. That's something we all share, that experience with literature, with writing, with reading, and it's something that I think we can come together around and really appreciate, as living in the air, that this is, this poem and recitation does something to me that I can't imagine having any other way, that I want to have shared with the people around me. So I think that a literary festival is for that. We have so many folks near and far who are invested in this community as a literary space. I think that this kind of festival is exactly what this community is already set up to support, to wrap their arms around. I think we're just sort of, I don't even think we're reinventing the wheel. I think we're just giving Moshfegh the kind of thing Moshfegh loves.